Alright, so we were having some technical difficulties, but I think I got it working now. So I have this unboxing that I want to do with some Transformers that I got from my friend Thomas in Canada. He did a really good job at packing it, so let's just kind of go on and see what's in the box. Let's see. Bag number one. All you Transformer fans will probably recognize what's in here, but let's get her open. Alright, looks like we have a Combiner Wars Off-Road. He was the one who replaced Wild Rider in the Combiner Wars. He looks bigger than I remember him, so that's kind of odd, but there he is. There is a G1 Wreck-Gar. He's missing pretty much everything he could be missing, but he looks like he has some nice chrome, and it'll make an excellent Junkion for my army. I may or may not have 10 or 15 of these guys, but he's still good. Nothing broken. We've got a pair of less than stellar Astro Trains, but these were super cheap, so can't say no to extra bodies. And I do see some pieces on these I can definitely use to fix some other ones, so those are fine. That's bag number one. Next up, we have a Canadian issue only puzzle, and I've never actually seen this one in person, so I absolutely had to have this. It looks like he might have packed some of the other figures inside the puzzle. So open that up. Yep, okay. So here we have, it looks like a bag of Protectobot weapons. I'll break them up later, see how much is in there. But those are some Protectobots. There is a broken Hotspot who's missing his ladder. Looks like it is actually the plastic version. I grabbed this simply because I have one that's missing his legs but has the ladder intact. So I think we can make a good Hotspot because everything else on this is really clean. You can see it has some really nice stickers, so that's a plus. Set them over there. Also got one of his little buddies. We got First Aid here. He looks like he's missing some stickers, but looks like he's pretty tight, pretty easy to transform. His Autobot symbol is really nice. That's one that's usually kind of beat up, but there's Mr. First Aid, one of my favorite combiner guys. Let's see, here is two of the Stunicons. We have Breakdown and Drag Strip, plus it looks like we've got tons of Menasor parts. I have a full set of these guys that are missing accessories, so I think with this I can put another Menasor together. There's his sword, which I'm real happy about. And yep, his gun is in there too, so it looks like we have another Menasor. Alright. And of course, this is the puzzle. It's only an 80 piece, but I'm still going to put it together later anyway. Here we have another bag. This would be some Technobots. We've got accessory list, Lightspeed, Strafe, and it looks like we got an extra Swindle in there, so that's kind of cool. And there is a Scattershot gun in there as well, so can't say no to that. I may or may not like the Technobots a little bit. Right, so we're going to carefully put this puzzle back together. Cannot wait to put this together. I also like how it's actually the Canadian version of Slag up there. And the Diaclone version of Snarl. You know, Sludge gets his little debut down there. So, happy with that. I was only originally going to get the one puzzle, but since he had them both, I actually got the Grimlock one. So the only one I'm missing is there's one that features Slag, and I'll have all of the Canadian exclusives. So that's pretty neat right there. And again, looks like he packaged the other figures inside the puzzle box. Not to be confused with the Hellraiser puzzle box, I hope. Let's see, we've got... Oops, I don't want you to fall. Alright. We've got a good chunk of Devastator in here. It looks like it's most of the accessories and 3 of the bots. Hook is broken in the usual fashion, but he does still have this metal piece here, and he still has the hook attached, so he can easily still form Devastator, and the broken off piece is actually in here. So with just a little bit of glue, and a little bit of snot, I think we can put him back together, because this is actually the one that does fit on him. So we can just glue it back on, and we'll have another hook. So I'll never say no to Constructicons. I'll never say no to Transformers, but you know. We've got a set of Wheeljack's missile launchers. Unfortunately, these look like the clips are broken on them, so meh. Drop those. But that came as part of like a junk pile, so I bought them all pretty cheap. As you can see, there's a pretty beat up Shrapnel, and he's had better days, and an even worse Bombshell. But I buy junked Insecticons so I can set up displays of just tons of Insecticons getting their butts whipped by the Autobots. Here's another Shrapnel. This one's not in that bad a shape. One of his arms are broken, but you know, again, fodder. And then there's also a Wheeljack body. It does have, or at least you mentioned there was a crack on the windshield. I don't particularly see it, but I'm sure it's there. It's missing these little leg pieces on the front, but that's okay because I have junkers that have those pieces. The important part is he has Wheeljack's face, because I have an absolutely mint Wheeljack that's just missing his face. So as you can see, his face is actually still in there. So regardless, I can definitely use this pre-rub Wheeljack to fix up a few of my other ones. And he also has both his doors, which can be missing, but not often. So we'll put him in the okay pile. And then there also was a Mirage. Now he is unfortunately glued at the waist, but he's still in decent shape. He'll make a nice display piece. There's nothing else broken on him, although he is missing the tire, but I think that's in the pile of parts. So I'll never say no to low-priced G1s, because again, he makes an excellent car mode. And Mirage was one of my first Transformers, who I incidentally broke 5 minutes after getting him. So I understand him being broken. But I also got what looks like the launcher is unfortunately broken, but he does have a really nice gun. So that alone is like a $15 piece. And since I paid $40 for all of the non-combiner stuff, I think that works pretty well. And the launcher, although the peg is broken, will still fit on his shoulder. So it'll still make a nice display for another Mirage. Then, of course, nope. Actually, yep, the tire is in there, so I can fix that. And, of course, there's the puzzle itself. So I'm real happy. I've been waiting for this for a couple weeks. I'll go into a little more detail later and actually pull out all the G1s and see what combiners I can put together, and I'll post some pictures. But that's all I got, and I'm going to enjoy some puzzles later. Y'all have a good day.